Welcome to the PFS podcast with Evan, Drew, Matt, and Pat.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the PFS podcast, week 13 edition. We had another great week of football. Lots happen. Teams are trending up, teams are trending down, and we will be sure to cover it all. What do you guys think of this week?
Beautiful week.
It was a good week of football. I enjoyed watching, honestly. A lot of good games.
Yeah,
NFL is confusing.
it sure is.
Well, we had 4 days straight of good football with pros in college.
We sure did. My name is Evan.
My name's Drew.
I'm Pat.
Matt.
And we are your PFS team. So why don't we get right into our weekly show? And you know what that means. We are starting off with Evan's lovely 2 minutes in heaven.
Woohoo!
So,
Top 7
Here we-
segment.
time to go. We started off on Thanksgiving Day with Packers-Lions. 31-24 Packers. Tough loss for the Lions, but Packers were pretty much in control all game. It was going to be tough to pull that one out. The Lions' division hopes are almost down the drain, unfortunately. So then we move on to Cowboys-Chiefs upset. 31. Cowboys looked great in that game. Mahomes threw for like 300 yards and 4 touchdowns, no picks, and they still lost. If he's having a game like that and they're losing, they got some trouble elsewhere. And then Bengals blew out the Ravens. Burrow's back, and he looked good. And their division hopes are still not out the window. They have to win out, but who knows? Then on Black Friday, the Bears beat the Eagles handedly, 24-15. They ran all over them. I think they ran the ball like 40-something times and for like 250 yards maybe. Crazy. The 49ers beat the Browns pretty easily, 26-8. Jaguars blew out the Titans, 25-3. The Texans beat the Colts in a division game that will probably have playoff implications. So that was a big win for the Texans. The Dolphins barely beat the Saints 21-17 after a pick 2 by Minkah Fitzpatrick. That was pretty cool. The Jets beat the Falcons 27-24, and Pat's dog of the week took it home. A.D. Mitchell for the Jets starting to come to form. It's pretty good to see. Bucks beat the Cardinals 2017. They had control of that game pretty much the whole time. The score shows a closer game than it was. Panthers upset the former number 1 team, the LA Rams, 31-28. They also just ran the ball all over him, and Stafford had his worst game of the season. Seahawks blew up the Vikings 26-0 in a terrible performance by Max Brosner, whoever that is. Bills beat the Steelers 26-7 in a very impressive second half and terrible second half by the Steelers. Chargers beat the Raiders 31-14. Pretty easy win there. And then Broncos beat the Commanders in overtime 27-26. Commanders went for 2 in overtime and did not get it. And then the Patriots handled the Giants 33-15. On Monday Night Football, Drake May probably looking good for MVP. And that was Evan's 2 minutes in heaven.
Love it. How does he do it?
How does he?
Yeah, I don't know. But that's why it's our top 3 segment right there.
That's why they pay him the big bucks.
I think we should pivot from there onto our. Do we want to talk about any of the games, Drew? Like any big moments that we want to talk about, or
Dude, how about catching footballs this week? That was freaking awesome to watch. Puka, Brock Bowers, and Treylon Burks all having sick catches, all up for catch of the year. Those were so fun to watch. Just back to back to back. 8 hours of football, spectacular catches, all of them. That was awesome.
that was
Dang
fun
right.
to see.
Yep.
Toss it off. I'm about to do a Treylon. Let me Treylon Burks this bad boy real quick.
Yeah, it still wasn't as good as Odell's catch.
It's up there. though.
No.
Pretty nice.
But the
Pretty
kids
nice.
are going to be
It was
talking
awesome.
about it, let me tell you.
Oh, it was
There's
awesome.
probably
It was
kids
awesome.
out of recess today doing a little Treylon.
Let me Burks it.
Yeah.
I think
But,
Puka's was better.
Yeah, Puka's was probably the best. That was insane. He just plucked it. Puka wouldn't have caught it though if the DB didn't keep it there.
right.
I think we should talk about the AFC North. Steelers and Ravens lost. Bengals beat the Ravens. They're still in it for the division. I believe they have to win out. The Steelers the Steelers can go 3-2 at best, and the Ravens have to go 1-3, but lose to the Bengals in 2 weeks.
Wait, what?
They all have to go 9-8, and the Bengals have to.
The Bengals have to win out and get divisional tiebreakers.
Yeah.
So
Do they really have to win out?
Yeah.
If they are 9-8, well, technically they don't. If the Steelers and Ravens both lose out, they only have to pick up.
Well, they can't lose
3
out. They
games.
play each other twice.
Yeah.
I
So
was
they would
gonna
have to
say,
split.
they have to split those?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
Because the Steelers and Ravens have the same divisional record right now. They're both, I think, 3-1 in the division. So the Bengals would need to.
Both their losses to the Bengals? That's
Ravens
crazy.
are 2-1.
So they play Steelers twice, Bengals one more time.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense. So if they lose 2 of those, then Bengals will have the tiebreaker over them. I don't know. It's doable.
They're playing the best ball right now, I think, out of any of them.
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
Have the
Their
Steelers and
schedule's
Ravens
great,
not played
honestly
each
not
other
bad.
yet?
What do you say?
Have the
No.
Steelers and Ravens not played each other yet? Is that so? That's the problem.
They play out on Sunday.
That's why they need to win out. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. But I would love to see it. Hopefully they can keep it going.
Joe Flacco was a very serviceable backup, but it was really fun watching Burrow.
Burrow is good.
Dude,
He's
He
the man.
is so good, yeah.
You also know what
If
this
he
comes
could
down
stay
to?
healthy, he could be an all-time great. It's unfortunate.
The
Well, he gets
Bengals
killed every year.
Mm-hmm.
every other year, yeah. The Bengals started out 2-0, if I remember correctly, and then they just trotted Jake Browning out there on some winnable games. If they get bringing a guy like Flacco for those games, we're talking about them actually having a great shot at making the playoffs.
Yeah.
The most Bengals thing to do would be go 4-0 and then lose to the Browns in the last week and not make the playoffs.
Yeah,
But
Yeah,
that would be
right.
good, entertaining football.
It would be. Yeah.
honestly, the Bills next week is probably their hardest game. Then they get the Ravens again, Dolphins,
Easy.
Cardinals, Browns. Winning
Yeah.
out's not crazy.
Yeah.
It's very doable. I think we should also talk about the NFC East. I think that's doable as well for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
They got Lions, Vikings, Chargers, Commanders, Giants. Winnable games there. I don't
Yeah.
know the breakdown as much for that one. The Eagles have Chargers, Raiders, Commanders, Bills, Commanders. So if they
think the
split with the
Commanders is gonna beat
Commanders,
'em.
lose
I think
to
we're
the
gonna get 'em.
Bills, that would put them at 11-6.
Yeah.
And if the Cowboys win their remaining 5, they would be 11-5-1. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, the Cowboys' schedule is very easy for the rest of the year besides the Lions.
I don't think either of those teams will do it. The Cowboys or the Bengals, sorry. I think it's interesting though.
I can
Yeah.
see the Cowboys doing it with that schedule.
Yeah. I think another interesting division battle that we probably aren't talking about at all is the NFC South.
Yeah.
Bucks and Panthers. That's an
Yeah, it's
interesting one.
close.
What,
Yeah.
7-5, 7-6?
I think they play each other twice still. I'm a Panther believer.
That would
I
be
always
electric.
have been.
Honestly, so many of the divisions are really close this year.
Panthers
the
have the
Patriots are
Seahawks left on their
Right.
schedule.
Honestly, this is the most competitive the
But
NFL's been in a long
If
time. and I'm
if
so
they
proud of it.
all they need
Yeah.
all they need to worry about is take care of business against the Bucks,
Not hard to do
essentially,
right
I
now.
think, right? So it's there for the taking,
I'd pick the Panthers if they were playing the Bucks right now.
If they beat the Bucks twice and the Panthers lose to the Seahawks, they still probably win the division. Does that make sense?
That's something.
Because
Yeah.
besides the Panthers, the Bucks have an easy schedule.
Yeah.
They got
the keep pounding chant. I don't know if you guys heard that Sunday against the Rams. Normally it's like it breaks, like the scoreboard says like keep pounding, that like prompts everyone to do it. But they just like broke out into it when the Panthers had the ball. And it was like a tight game late. It was awesome.
You like to see
That's a
that?
tough place to play a game. They have got a good home record.
When the Panthers are
Right.
good,
Mm-hmm.
the fans get
Keep
behind them.
pounding.
They're gonna have to win the division to make the playoffs, though. Probably they're not gonna make a wild card.
That's doable.
It sure
Yeah, it
is.
is. Very. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of these divisions are up for grabs.
Yeah.
Speaking
Young
of
like. Oh.
Evan,
Yeah,
when you
that
said NFC South, I thought you were going to go AFC South.
Oh yeah, that one's very interesting right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got 30 teams for it.
I think the Texans probably do it, even though they aren't leading right now. But the Jaguars have an easy schedule,
Yeah, that's a problem.
and I'm counting the Colts out now. I don't think they got it anymore.
Texans are
Yeah.
the best team right now, in my opinion.
Jaguars are up there though. They're pretty good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jaguars
Jags
aren't
could
bad.
win the division just because of their schedule. But they also have a game. They have a game on the Texans already. So
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
yeah. The only other thing I noticed this week was Young Waiku missing the ball. I don't think I've ever seen a kicker do that
Oh,
before.
my
Yeah,
God.
stubbing his toe in the turf.
It was a bad hold, but you still can't do that.
I saw something before we got on that he said like the ball slipped at the bottom. I'm like, dude, if you're gonna miss the ball, just own up to it. Like,
No, it did slip at the bottom, but he still should have kicked it.
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't make
Well,
excuses.
Yeah, not making
Or if-
contact's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
if
like,
not,
just
you
check.
at least got like shout something to the placeholder so like he can try and salvage it. It looked like he
Yeah.
just kind of stood there and then like the placeholder's left holding the bag and had to take a couple seconds to
he
look
was-
up. Like,
He was probably crapping his pants when he saw that.
yeah, it's like he just totally like hung him out to dry.
I saw this bet that somebody placed. It was like result of Giants' first drive field goal attempt. He didn't even have to make it. He just had to make contact with the
it.
ball
Jeez.
because it was counted as a sack.
Yeah,
he didn't make
because it's
contact.
one-
Wow.
That's
It's actually
how
ridiculous.
I would be so pissed.
You just kind of gotta laugh at that, honestly.
yeah.
Like, that's funny.
Is what it is.
Yeah. Let's move on into our stocks segment. Pat, I want you to go first.
You kind of touched up on it on your 2 minutes in heaven. I'm going with AD Mitchell. First career
Nice.
touchdown, which is hard to believe. Finished the game with 8 receptions, 102 yards. Also drew a critical PI to keep the drive alive on that eventually forced the muff punt that led to their touchdown. So
Okay.
if you're with me, set up the field position to set him up on the 5-yard line eventually. So he had a really good game. Couldn't believe that was his first touchdown of the year, but he had a good game. Side stock, Aaron Glenn.
He
I
almost
think he's
scored in that Colts game.
close. He got
Yeah.
close. But side stock, Aaron Glenn. They've been competitive and they've been winning some of these games. So I think he's kind of turning things around in New York a little bit.
Little
I think
culture
he's a good
boost.
coach. Yeah.
Mhm.
You can tell things are getting better. Even though the results aren't exactly there yet.
All right, Drew.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. The little segment we did took a couple of mine, but because I had
You gotta
Bengals and
adjust.
Cowboys playoff hopes up, but I'm gonna pivot. My other one was NFC stock up as a whole. I feel like last few years, all the talk, all the rage has been the AFC. If you're with me now, saying the teams in the AFC are just better. The Chiefs, the Bengals, the Bills, the Ravens—they've been dominating the league. Obviously, you've had like the Eagles has been the other like powerhouse in the league on the NFC side. But the AFC has just been the conference to beat, and I feel like it's been talk of the town for the last few years. But this year, I don't even see how you can make the argument the AFC is a better conference. The NFC is just so damn competitive this year. You got the Bears 9-3, Rams 9-3, Eagles, Bucks, Seahawks are not winning their division 9-3, Packers 8-3-1. Seventh place team, the last team in the playoffs, is the 49ers 9-4. And then you got teams that are still looking in, like the Lions, 7 wins. Cowboys, we're just talking about them. Panthers shot at their division too at 7 wins. And then, yeah, you got a bunch of other teams at the bottom, but we have 10 teams in the NFC right now, all fighting with a realistic shot at the playoffs. That's pretty
How
crazy.
many are above 500? Stand. Okay. I
Yeah,
see.
because the only reason it's so competitive is because you got like the really bad teams at the bottom. It's Panthers 7-6, and next is Falcons at 4-8. Pretty big drop off.
That is a big drop off.
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
AFC
the
is
AFC,
competitive
the
too, but
AFC
it's just
also
not
has
as
10
high level.
teams at 500 above.
Yeah, but the AFC, I just feel like isn't as high quality of ball this year. Like you can't tell me that you're looking at those
That's
teams and
at
saying,
500. It's 10 teams above 500 in the NFC, and in the
Yeah.
AFC, it's at 500 or above. It's a big difference.
yeah. And I also the AFC is just
I
you
mean, one
can't
of those
tell
teams
me
is the
those
Chiefs,
teams are
though.
better. You just can't.
No, I agree with you. I think the NFC is way better this year, but
Yeah. I love to see it as a Giants fan. Like I love seeing the conference thrive when we're the best 2-11 team in history. I love seeing the conference
I
thrive.
was gonna say that was such a loser thing to say, is taking conference
Terrible.
pride.
Yeah, that
Oh
was
no,
terrible.
I love
SEC Drew.
Pat. I
SEC
know
Drew.
Yeah, you can call me that. I know it's been a while since your Lions have been horrible, Pat, but you got to look for something. That's all I'm saying.
all right.
Yeah.
I'll go next. I am taking Jacoby Myers stock up. He had his second best game of the season. His first was week 1 versus the Patriots when he was on the Raiders. He had 6 catches on 6 targets, 90 yards, and a touchdown. He also had a 50-yard catch, which was pretty good. I think he's kind of taking the number 1 wide receiver spot right now because Brian Thomas is scared of the ball and Travis Hunter's hurt. So I think that's big for the Jaguars' playoff hopes as well. If they want to make any noise, they are going to need a receiver to take most of those. They also have a Strange, and their running backs are good, but you need a wide receiver who's going to carry that load for you. So Jacoby Myers stock up.
That was a great trade.
Yeah,
It was.
huge trade. Changes everything. For me, I'm going to go Bryce Young, stock up, as being a starting quarterback for the remainder of his career. I think proving that he can be serviceable enough. I mean, he only had 20 attempts, 15 completions, 200 yards, 3 TDs. Not a crazy game by any means on the stat sheet, but it gets the job done, and it gets them the biggest win of the season for honestly any team, especially for them. Huge win. I feel like figuring out a way for Bryce to just be good enough to get the job done, I think they'll probably get him back on a reasonably cheap deal unless they take his option and he plays like amazing next season. But I don't think he's going to get top dollar for the quarterback position. And honestly, I love how that sets up the Panthers for years to come. Serviceable quarterback. You get to spend money on skill positions, everything like that. Build out your team a lot better. Stock up Bryce Young.
Yeah. Good guy, Bryce.
Yeah, bench last year.
Yeah, that meeting with Rodwave really turned it around last year.
All right, back to you, Pat.
Started to glitch a lot.
Yeah, he's just staring into my
What?
eyes.
Whoa. What?
All
Whoa.
right,
Skip
Drew.
Pat. Drew, you're up.
All right. Someone's got to step up here. What was my other one? Because Evan took the other ones. Okay. Kevin O'Connell, as a quarterback whisperer and a coach, stock down. I saw something on Instagram the other day. The Vikings should cut Max Brosmer, then declare him a bust, pick him back up, and then Kevin O'Connell can work his magic. He's not that guy anymore. Like, so Kevin O'Connell, like, maybe you can say he's a good coach. Obviously, this year's everything that's gone wrong has gone wrong. But, like, his big thing has been he's a quarterback whisperer. He's good at developing these quarterbacks. And JJ, I know he was injured last year, but I heard something like they wouldn't even have put him out there if Wentz was able to play at all. But Wentz is just done for the season. And now you got this Brosmer guy. Why are you even keeping him on your roster? That might be one of the worst starting quarterback performances ever.
They don't have a
That's
backup.
pathetic.
Technically he's a third string quarterback.
I know, but there's better guys out there. When you got Carson Wentz, you're basically
What quarterback is not currently on a roster that's better is the problem. Like now you can't go out and trade for a guy.
You would have to trade for
You want to hear
someone.
an answer?
Who?
Former Super Bowl quarterback Colin Kaepernick.
Isn't he like 40 now? How old is
He's
Colin
probably in his-
Kaepernick?
He's in his mid-30s, probably. He was pretty young. So he's practicing every day.
38.
I mean,
He's practicing every
38
day. And
years old.
I'd put him out there in front of Max Brosmer, let me tell you. And I'm going to be honest, I couldn't think of anyone else. That's the only reason I said it.
Well,
Who else is
but
right
that's
there?
the thing is, like, at this point in the season, honestly, I feel like I like sort of where you're coming from, but not the Kevin O'Connell slander. I think the decision to pick JJ as the guy was the wrong choice. And I
Yeah.
think that's a lot of what the problem comes from because you don't then
But at
have
least-
anything else.
it should have at least kept Daniel Jones on their roster.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
I think the
tough
faith in
when
JJ
it's-
was bad.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to walk that one back because I don't think he's going to be that guy. But I don't even think he has a chance to develop, really. I will say Taylor Heineke's available. Tim Boyle's
That guy's-
available. I would take Heineke over
Okay.
Max
Okay.
Brosmer any day of the week.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird seeing this from Kevin O'Connell, a guy who we thought could turn like any quarterback into like being serviceable out there. But yeah,
Yeah.
he's just 0 for 2 this
I mean, you
year.
have to have some talent. I mean, the problem with JJ is
Well, JJ is supposed
like-
to have talent. He was a first round.
no, but yeah, I know, but I'm saying I think that was a drastic over assumption on what he could do. He has a problem. He can't throw the ball hard enough.
But
like,
you
he
know
doesn't
Kevin
have the arm
O'Connell
talent.
was probably the biggest factor in picking him. So
No,
that
no.
also-
I'm saying
Are
that
we
decision's
sure?
really bad. I don't know though.
You have to
That
imagine.
decision's really
I
bad.
don't think he really wants to play JJ.
No, he doesn't anymore. But
Yes.
I think when they drafted
like
him,
benched-
you have to
he, like,
imagine.
benched-
He's never really
Four.
wanted to play them.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
have
that's
to
the
imagine
thing.
when they drafted him, he was a big factor.
I think that organization was probably split 50-50 on whether they take him or not. And I'm not saying he definitely was against him, but I think it's a very real possibility he didn't want to.
Yeah, I'd love to hear more. I'd love to like be a fly on the wall in that draft room, but he definitely
Yeah,
doesn't
well-
want to stick with him now. I don't think he ever wants to play him again, but obviously you don't
Yeah.
have much choice.
Right.
He's starting this week.
I mean, they could have had Bo Nix.
Not a terrible quarterback.
I mean,
They also traded up for him too, which
They
is
did.
crazy.
Couldn't they?
we joked about the soft benching stuff, but like they
no,
actually
they
were
don't like
trotting
it.
out hobbled Carson Wentz over him for as long
No,
until they
but-
couldn't anymore.
I stand by the soft benching take. He 100% got soft benched.
Yeah, he did.
100%. No one can convince me otherwise. But yeah, that's all I had on that.
Cool. I kind of wanted to get this take off before Pat came back, but I will do it anyways. Ben Johnson, stock up.
Oh,
That little nerd.
dork.
His team is leading the NFC once again. Don't roll your eyes at me.
All right, the Lions weren't his team. That's crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, if he can take the Bears and lead them to the top of the conference, he's doing something right. Just the way he was able to dominate the former Super Bowl champs, the man, as you like to call them.
The man.
I think a lot of that was the players, playing out of their mind, but a lot of that was coaching. And have you seen him in the locker room? Like he's electric. He seems like someone you would want to play for, as much as you like to call him mean names and everything.
I thought he looked kind of fat.
Coming from you, buddy? Okay. Evan has some words for that. Evan has some words for that.
Jeez.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Bringing the slander to the pod. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Ben Johnson's stock up. I like what he's done with the Bears. He would probably be my pick for Coach of the Year over Vrabel, but what Vrabel's done is also just as impressive.
Ben Johnson's is more impressive, but yeah.
I
Thank you.
think Vrabel's we'll talk about it later, but I think Vrabel's bringing a 4-13 team to 11-2 is
Yeah,
probably going to win him the award. But I think I can understand what you're saying. Ben Johnson's is more impressive.
Easy schedule, a promising second-year quarterback. I think someone else could have got them there.
Are you
But
talking about the
That-
Bears?
yeah, the Bears had the same.
Patriots have
Fuck, young, good
more
quarterback.
promising second-year quarterback and an easier schedule.
All right, Matt.
All right, this is like a little biased and definitely just because it gives me hope. But Commanders culture, stock up. It was a loss to the Broncos, but they're going to play hard every game in the season, regardless of how the execution goes. They do. they play hard
Mhm.
every single week.
Play hard for that draft pick.
I don't think you can talk, first of all, Mr. 2 and
No,
11.
I'm here for
But
it. Matt,
also,
talk to me when you embrace the tank. It's a good
but
place
the
to
problem
be.
is we're not embracing the tank. We're trying
Yeah.
to play, and we're playing hard. We just played the best record team in the NFL to a 1-point game in overtime where you easily could have won if Marcus Mariota wasn't your quarterback and threw it right into the helmet of Nick Bonito, and he threw it to any of the open wide receivers right over his head. Like, they schemed up a game plan on offense and defense to go toe-to-toe with the Broncos now that you got some of your guys back, and they took them all the way down to the wire. With Marcus Mariota as a head case at quarterback, that jump throw interception, brain dead. The throw into Nick Bonito at the end, brain dead. But when it comes down to what you're doing, they're going to go out there every single week and play as hard as possible, whether you have the guys to do it or not. Like I talked about it. They were talking about how we didn't have wide receivers running the correct routes in the Seahawks game, right? Like we were totally outmatched against the Seahawks, but we were playing two guys off the practice squad. One's Robbie Chosen, who hasn't played football on our team ever before this season, before that game. And then we had, who else? Chris Moore was another one of our wide receivers. Pulled up a
Luke
couple guys from the
McCaffrey?
practice squad. No, in that game he broke his shoulder.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the start of the year.
No. You'd started the year rough too, but honestly, we're more injured than a lot of the other teams in the league, like up and down the board. And we're starting to get some of our guys back. Terry's back. Will Harris is back. I'm not saying that we're going to end the season as a great team. I'm not saying we might still end up with a top 10 draft pick, but it's hard for me to think that when Jaden comes back that we're not going to start rattling off some wins. And God bless you twice. Or at least play competitive, which is all you really want to see, especially when people were sort of trying to doubt the coaching staff a little bit here. Just the competitiveness is something you can take into next season, and that's what you want.
Commanders, playoff hopes up.
Not dead yet. Not dead yet.
That's right.
But no, just the culture.
Yeah, I like that. And while you're talking, Matt, why don't we move straight into
what about
your
Miss-
lovely...
I didn't get my second
Gavin?
stock.
Right,
Nah,
we had to
man, you
skip
missed
you
your turn,
'cause,
Yeah,
brother.
you got to speed
No.
run me. You missed
Just
No.
say it in quickly.
I think everyone else was stock up, right?
No,
Yeah.
I had a stock down.
Drew to start.
Oh, all right. Respect. Good job, Drew. Stock down. Aiden Hutchinson, guy gets at the quarterback. Didn't hear his name once Thanksgiving. Haven't heard him much this year. You're getting paid $40+ million a year. Pressures. We need more than pressures.
Facts.
Yeah,
Can't be a
that's
Bill
fair.
Carter out there.
He got his first real sack of the season. Yeah, I like that. That's fair. You could say the same for TJ Watt, honestly, as well. I would like to see
You
that.
can't say it about Myles Garrett. Is like 19 and a half. Yeah, he's the only one getting them.
Mm-hmm.
And on that note, you know what time it is.
I love the mountain.
Matt's
God.
mountain.
I live for this mountain.
Run it. Bottom row.
Hello.
Let's go.
The anticipation is
Oh,
killing me.
Switch
I didn't
up.
edit it
All
properly.
right. Rams
All
on
right.
the
Let's-
bottom row.
Start at the top.
Yeah.
Start at the
We
top.
start at
work
the
our way down.
top.
Rams still number one on the list. Rough loss to the Panthers, but Stafford uncharacteristic. There's a couple of interceptions. I think it's, I don't know, one of the flukier losses of the season by any teams. And Panthers played great. You know, Panthers aren't a terrible team. They put out a really good showing. Rams didn't play their best stuff, but you know what? Lost by 3. Not the end of the world. Move on. I still have faith in them going forward. Next row, keep it same as last week. Patriots win again against a bad team. Doesn't really tell me how they're going to do the rest of the season. But I do kind of like what I see. The defense looks good. Offense looks good. Can't really complain. Like what I see. Seahawks, honestly, I like these top 3 teams. I think the top 3 teams are very much so in a different category than all the rest. They're all great offenses, great defenses, really can just put teams in hell. So that's why I like the top of the list a lot more. But last row, all right, we got some shifting going on.
Wow.
A little bit of shifting.
I don't love this.
Bills up in the top. Well,
Oh.
not many choices. Chiefs had to drop out. Eagles still there. Green Bay Packers. I think any one of the teams in the bottom row can figure out their shit for 3 weeks and make a run to the Super Bowl, honestly. Like I said, I do think that the top 3 teams are in a totally different category than the bottom 3 teams, but they're still on the mountain. Honestly, I don't really know who else I'd put up there when it comes to how I think that they can go. The defenses of each one of these teams, I think, can go out there and get it done any given week. Some way better than others. The Eagles, I think, are exponentially better. I think the Packers' defense has the potential to be really good any given week. And the Bills can be serviceable enough, but they have Josh Allen. And the offenses, I think, have been streaky, but all have potential to be explosive. So when it comes to time for the playoffs, I think their defenses can saddle up enough and their offenses can go on a run, get hot at the right time.
I'm not even a Broncos fan.
This is week 4 of me asking for the Broncos on the mountain.
They're
Yeah,
never going to make it on the list.
Like, I don't even think they're that
I'm
good.
not sold
to be
on the
honest.
Broncos anymore.
Broncos aren't making it.
I think they make it over the Packers.
They have a Super
Disagree.
Bowl winning coach.
Great coach.
I know you're a big Bo Nix hater, but like you got to respect their defense at least. Like defense wins
Do I?
championships. Why wouldn't you?
Besides offense,
We just put up 26 points on them, and we look
There
a
we
lot
go.
better. But we're like realistically, the Commanders look a lot better. We're still not in the playoffs. If we played the whole season the way we're playing right now, I think we'd probably be in the playoffs. But we're not the upper echelon no matter what. And they just played us to a 1-point game.
What do the Eagles have over the Broncos right now?
well, the Eagles are
A better defense?
they are
they
the
don't
champs.
have a better defense.
Yes, they do.
No, they do not.
If you look at how they play against other teams, they do.
I really dislike that opinion. I think that.
The
Did you
Eagles-
watch the Eagles' run defense?
Okay, if you're going to be out on the field every single play, you're
was
going to
good.
give up a lot of rushing yards
They
throughout
gave
the
up
course of the game.
300.
Because they have to play every single snap because their offense can't stay
Yeah.
on the field.
Okay,
I don't think
I
that's a
didn't hate the
testament to
take.
how
I'm just-
talented they are.
the
I
Broncos
didn't hate the take.
scored
I was just
20.
supporting Evan for a second.
What'd you say?
The Broncos scored 27 points. You know, the Eagles scored what, 15?
AJ
I'm
Brown
talking-
had 2 touchdowns.
Yep, he did.
Dang.
Oh, that was going to be one of my stocks, is crying like a baby gets you the ball.
Yeah.
Because the last 3 weeks, he has a lot more targets. Damn it. I knew that.
I don't know. I just think at some point they deserve some respect. If it's just Bo Nix keeping them off the list, like,
He has to, every time they're on offense, he has to have the ball in his hands.
okay,
Their running back isn't good enough to take off the load, which I think is part of the thing with the Eagles, is Jalen Hurts always has to have the ball in his hands, but at a certain point, you do have Saquon Barkley, you do have DeMonte Smith, you do have AJ Brown, you do have Dallas Goedert. You have a
doesn't
lot
matter
better
if
weapons.
your offensive line can't block.
I wasn't
as
overly
we've seen-
impressed with the Broncos' offensive line. I just watched their offensive line didn't look outstanding. Our defensive line isn't grade A, and we were getting
No.
pressure. We were stopping the run.
We're talking about one
No,
game
no.
here, though.
I know. I'm talking about the course of the season.
You've watched more than one Broncos game?
Yes.
He's watched every Broncos game. If you give him some goddamn
Come
credit.
on, man.
The Broncos have had some close, ugly games.
Yes, I've been saying this all year.
They are winning
The
them.
Bron-
No,
They're
I'm
winning
back,
them.
Matt's convinced me. I'm back to being a Broncos hater. I've been on this take. all year.
don't
They're
deserve
not
Remember when
love.
they won
They're
7
not
to
They
6
don't
against the
deserve-
Raiders?
Keep them
Yeah,
off the
they
mountain.
still
They don't
won.
deserve to be on the
They
mountain.
won a division game.
They're not a mountain team.
Hey,
It's
hey, Evan,
they're
you know
not
what?
on the mountain.
Evan,
They're
they-
in my top
they can-
10. I think they're
Yeah.
a top
Yeah,
5
yeah.
team in the league right now. They're not a mountain team. It's two different things. It's why we have the segment. Who can win
Yeah.
the Super Bowl? The Broncos can't win the Super Bowl.
The
Don't bring up
Broncos,
the Raiders.
the Broncos could
The
win the
Raiders
Super
beat
Bowl. They're not on
The
this
Raiders
mountain.
beat the Patriots, you know?
That was week 1.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
is that?
still.
God, you're killing me.
Whole lot of yap, bro. Whole lot of
You're
yap. This is talking about.
ridiculous.
This is the mountain.
God.
This is the mountain. This is who's
You
has a
are
chance
on
to go to the
crack
Super Bowl.
today.
What do the Patriots have that makes you think they can win the Super Bowl, you know? Their
An
coach
elite
hasn't
quarterback?
their coach hasn't won the Super Bowl.
Or
Their coach has
Hang
on.
overperformed
Well,
his teams every
I'm-
year.
Oh,
Hold on, hold on.
You have a
When-
great
when
coach.
did-
That's the
Hold
fight.
on,
You
hold on,
gotta
hold
take
on,
that in.
hold on. Hold on. When did the list drift away from having experience getting you on the list.
You don't think
When
Jalen
every team
Hurts
with
winning a
experience
Super
is
Bowl
playing like
last year?
dog crap. All the teams with experience, I had to drop the Chiefs off my list because their experience is off. But that's why the Bills are there, is because they're playing pretty solid, honestly, and they have some of the experience in the pedigree. The Rams are playing well and won a Super Bowl with the same coaching staff. There's some of your experience.
I like the Rams on there. Seahawks,
Are playing elite. They look
Yeah.
like an elite team.
no experience though. So
It
like some
can't
teams
just
have
be- it
experience.
can't just
Super
be-
Bowl
Yeah,
15
okay,
years
okay.
ago.
Just be about experience,
Yeah, what?
or else we'll never be able to come up with a list. If I just did it off experience, I'd have to literally put the Chiefs at number 1, or at least the top 3,
Yeah.
and they don't look good enough for that.
No,
Nah,
they don't.
It would be
It's a
Chiefs,
combination.
Rams,
But
Eagles.
what I'm trying to say is the Broncos are playing good enough to win games, and their coaching has experience in big time games.
They don't look like they're winning any of these games in a fashion that I think will translate to the playoffs, and that is the difference.
I'm with
Last
him.
year, would you have had the Commanders on your mountain last year?
Probably not.
And
they
they didn't
made
win the
it-
Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Well,
but
they
they
made
made
the
it to the
NFC
NFC Championship game.
Well, it's not
Meaning,
Matt's
meaning
mountain
they,
for the
should,
NFC
meaning they,
Championship.
meaning
Yeah,
they should have
exactly.
been one of the
This
top
isn't-
4 teams.
This isn't conference championship.
Okay, but
But
they
it's
should have
different.
been
Yeah,
one
no,
of
we're-
the. They should
we're
have been
not
one of
trying
the
to
top
predict
4
that.
teams.
And honestly, by the time we got to the last couple weeks of the season, they might have moved up because they were making some really good wins. We beat the Eagles, which was a really good one. If we would have done it when the thing was happening, after they beat the Lions, yeah, they would have been a top 4 team to win the Super Bowl because they proved it. But it's late. But like, you got to prove it earlier. And if the Broncos go and win and get to the NFC
But the Commanders
Championship,
had what 10 one-possession wins last year.
yeah. And
That's
they
what
didn't
the
make
Broncos
Super
are
Bowl.
doing. Yes, but they were.
But Matt's
Matt's
also
saying that they're-
saying that
With a way
They
better
wouldn't have been on
quarterback.
his
We
mountain.
had a way better quarterback. First of all, we had a way better guy running the offense. Second of all, I don't think they would have been in my top 6 for the Super Bowl odds, and especially at this point in the season, because yeah, their heart attack wins. Heart attack wins only gets you so far, unless you have some things that make you win them heart attack games.
They're.
I don't
good
think they have the
defense.
thing.
okay.
And a terrible offense. And I don't know how this defense, for how fantastic it is, like when you look at who they're going up against and how many points they allow and how many big plays they give up and how many pass interferences and flags they get, is how great of a defense is it?
They
I
just
think
got
it's
their best
super
player
talented.
back. They just got their best player back.
And they gave up 26 points to the Commanders.
Yes, he's coming back from injury.
He looked good. We still
Yeah.
put up 26
Honestly.
points.
I
Patrick
like
Chan
the way
wasn't the
you
problem.
handled yourself here, Matt.
It
I
also
like the
it
way you
also
handled-
went to overtime as well. You know,
Which is a problem for the Broncos. We were just been getting our backs blown out.
would we be having the same conversation if they put up 20 points?
No, probably not.
Exactly.
Actually, no.
Whatever.
No. No matter what, the Broncos still wouldn't be on the list. It doesn't really matter. This last week doesn't necessarily prove it one way or another, but it is
Alright.
just another point to talk about.
All right.
I'm very with you, man. And I'm finally glad that someone is very against the Broncos with me.
Drew, you were on my side 10 minutes ago.
No, but then Matt brought me back. Matt brought me back to the light because I've been against the Broncos all year, and I started to win.
I think right now, Evan, yes, they're a top 5 team in the NFL. I do not think they have a chance to win the Super Bowl.
I'd put the 49ers there instead of the Packers, though. That's just
Yeah, I
me.
bet you would.
I would not do that.
Wow. Yeah.
I wouldn't even mind the 49ers on the list because they have experience and a good coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, the 49ers would probably be closer to the list. Yeah, they'd be closer than the Broncos.
I think them at 6 or something.
Great.
Yeah, I
crazy
really
team.
enjoyed Evan
Cards.
pulling up the Week 1 Patriots game and that.
No, you were
Those
talking
illustrious-
about a close game to the Broncos or to
All
the
right.
Raiders.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Who's
that was-
next?
That was a long mountain.
We'll move on to Drew's stupid lock.
Oh, no. We actually doing my lock? We going out of
Yes.
order here?
We're not going to do my award thing.
What about
Just
Pat's dog?
if you want to
I
check
think
Evan's
dog
award
is normally
predictions,
next.
Let's go dog.
we can do
Yeah.
that. If
Check
you
the
want
IG
to check
for
out,
Evan's awards.
check at Pro Football Stuff. We're trying to
We're trying to grow
get
the page.
to 108,000. Oh,
All right.
18.
So
We're
I've
trying
got
to
a
go
lot more
down.
dog. I've got a lot more dogs this week I feel good about than I did last week. I think the one I like the most, Sunday Night Football, Texans-Chiefs. Texans plus 145. I'm starting to think the Chiefs just aren't that good. The Texans are red hot. I understand why people are betting the Chiefs, but I think I've seen enough now where I'm ready to be like, these aren't your daddy's Chiefs, and I'm going to go with the Texans. Couple honorable mentions. Let's see. Bears plus 250 on the road at Green Bay is tempting, but I think I like the Packers in that one.
I hate the Bears.
Hate the Bears.
You hate them.
Hate. Another one, very slight underdog. Commanders versus Vikings. Commanders plus 110.
That's crazy.
Ugly game. I kind of like the Commanders
Yeah.
there.
Do they know something we don't?
I don't know.
They
I
just
don't know
forgot
how
who's
the Vikings
playing.
are
That's
favored,
the only reason.
honestly.
Because McCarthy's playing. They forget how bad he is.
9.
That's weird.
And then tempted to ride with
Yeah,
the Jets
I like that.
again, plus 130. I'm a little bit
How
scared to do
about
it twice in a row.
Bengals over Bills?
Tempting. That is tempting. Those are juicy odds. I'm looking at plus 215. And then Jags, I guess, are technically underdogs at plus 105, but that's not really underdogs. That's more of a coin flip in my mind. And then last one that I was looking at, Steelers plus 245 against the Raiders. These two teams do not
Ravens.
like each other. Throw away the record books. So those
A
are the ones I'm-
-6 spread in that game is disrespectful.
That is crazy. Yes. So I'm going to go
Yeah.
with my top 3. I love Texans plus 145. Second one, this is only a slight underdog, but I'll go Commanders plus 110.
Jane Daniels is most likely going to be back this week, too.
Yeah, I think that's insane odds, you know. And then all this Bengals talk, I think, is sweetening me up to plus 215. I think that's pretty good odds. Burrow looks like I thought he looked like the best quarterback in football on Thursday. That might be an overreaction, but he's just like, he throws a pretty ball, and I love it. So
He sure does.
those are your top 3.
I like it. Drew,
Beautiful.
I think you are up.
Yeah. I'll recap last week real quick. Had unprecedented 3 picks. Thanksgiving Day lock, Lions minus 2.5. That didn't go well. The Lions might be on my do not bet list. 0-1. But you know what? We bounced back. Patrick said it wasn't possible. I said the Bears were going to win that game, and they won in dominating fashion. Bears plus 7. That's an insane line. Easy win, never in doubt. And then them boys. Can you hear me? I'm looking at you. Jags minus 6.5. Never in doubt winner on the road against Cam Ward's silly ass Titans on
But you
Sunday
hate them.
afternoon football. Boom. That's 2-1. Matt, we're up 2 units now. That's $20 on the year. We're
Don't
up.
talk about your units.
God. Oh, fuck. We're up 2 units, boys. Cut that out of it. Okay, yeah.
I
So
think are you still down for the year
did he not?
on your
He just said it.
Did he not?
I thought you were talking about this week.
No. 2 units overall since we started doing lock of the week. 2 units up. I have not had a
fact
losing
check
record
that.
any week.
Thought you had one last week.
No, I went
No,
1-1.
you were 1-1.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So
What are you counting as your first lock of the week? Like when we started the segment, or when you said it was the lock of the week?
when we started the segment, I picked Ravens. I'm not counting the first one where I was just throwing out locks every 2
okay.
minutes.
Yeah, because
Okay.
that one lost.
That was a bit.
That was like 0-3.
That was a
Yeah.
bit. I was getting the
Yeah,
viewers
so
in. Now that we're
you are-
established, I can be serious.
You are a unit.
No, I'm up to you, jackass. It wasn't even called Drew's lock of the week. Okay,
You
let's just
said
move on.
you said this is Drew's lock of the week. I
Yeah.
think you specifically said those words.
Yeah, but it wasn't welcome to Drew's lock of the week. It's okay. But this is how the segment was born. I didn't research those. I was making jokes. I was still calling
Alright,
Spencer
come on.
Rattler the you know what.
What are
Jeez
the locks
Louise.
this week?
Yeah, this guy's all over me. Okay, locks this week. We're up 2 units overall. Don't listen to this guy. He's something. But yeah, Pat, I'm with you. I got Texans plus 3.5. on the road against the Chiefs. And, I think they're going to win outright. I might do a little side lock of the week and take that money line. I might join you on that.
All right.
And then
That's a
second
first.
lock of the week. Second lock of the week. You know what they did? Unprecedented territory. We're having a crossover between segments here. Second lock, they took care of us last week. Matt? They took care of us. They were sweet to us. We got the Bears plus 6.5 on the road against the Green Bay Packers. And you know what? Matt? I like the Bears to win that game too. I might do 2 spreads, 2 money lines, but
There's
my
no
only locks
shot
are
the Bears
spreads.
win that game.
No.
Your lock of the week
There's no way the
is
Bears win
a
that game.
parlay.
No.
Texans
No.
outright, Bears
No,
outright.
no,
Drew's lock of the
no,
week. Parlay those two.
No.
Put 2 units on it. He's so confident.
Evan. My 2 locks of the week are
Texans
Texans
outright
plus
is
3.5
cash.
against the Chiefs. Texans plus 3.5 against the Chiefs, and Bears plus 6.5 against the Packers are my 2 locks of the week. But I may dabble in some money lines. But those are not my locks. That is me having a good time with my boy Patrick, picking some dogs, on the Nova.
Bears are not a dog of the week.
Well, they should be. You said you were thinking about it.
They're honorable mention.
But take those spreads. And if you're a little worried about the Bears, maybe alt spread it to plus 7.5. But I would trust the lock. So, yeah, there you go. Take the spreads.
All right.
Nice.
Good for you, Drew.
Boom. We're going to get 4 units next week.
All right. Yeah, so if you came here for Evan's award predictions, make sure you check out the Instagram to see those. Those will probably get up on Tuesday night.
Are we gonna get a protector of the year on the list this week?
No, because it brings in the comments. I don't I don't know
Shame on you.
I don't even know how you assess that. Like I like it being an award. I just don't know who I would pick.
Joe Tinney.
Yeah, probably. He's probably the favorite, right?
I don't even know where to.
He hasn't given up
on that.
I don't think he's given up a pressure all year. I feel like somebody in the
Alright.
comments told me that today. I don't know.
Yeah,
Why don't you try grinding film, Evan? Have you ever thought of that?
Yeah, but have you ever
What do you mean,
decided to
how do
watch
you
the games?
determine? You watch film.
Watch tape, all 22.
Okay. Who's your protector of the week, Pat?
Panay Sewell.
Protector
Of the year, Panay Sewell.
Absolutely not. He looked
That
terrible in that
center you
game.
guys trotted out there this week?
He got obliterated by Mike Parsons.
He's
I
a
thought
name
Ragnow
people
tried to
know.
return
You
with his-
forget sports writers are kind of stupid.
Yeah.
He's a name they know.
But sports
Yeah.
podcasters, we know what we're talking
Now
about.
they know ball.
Yeah.
Well, do you guys have votes?
Except one guy.
Not yet. I'm
Yeah,
working on
see?
getting us votes through. So
You guys are playing
worry.
the award. I'm playing the man.
Gotta beat the man.
Gotta beat the man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
nah,
like poker.
Jeez.
It's like poker.
You've been getting destroyed in the comments though, Evan. I feel bad when I read some of them recently.
I had a bad week last week because I was trying to be present with my family.
Yeah, that's just not gonna fly.
Yeah, they
Can't be
didn't
having
like
that.
that.
Can't have
argument.
that. Can't have that.
Can't be having that. Graphics all fucked up.
Jameer Gibbs has never played for the Colts.
So the
Yeah.
comments he reposted and it's still messed up.
Well, nobody in the comments mentioned how the second page was messed up. They were focused on the first, so I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
Huh.
That was
Whatever.
amazing. I love
All right,
having
anyways.
this refreshing.
Fade it of the week. Lost last week. I took the wrong one.
Yeah, dumb.
Should have gone with the Lions. So simple.
But no, but you couldn't do
That
that
one
for
I didn't really-
Thanksgiving. I can't even make
Quick point. I don't know why you guys weren't all over Packers plus 3.5 when I was like, I don't know. That seems pretty
Well-
big for the Lions, Drew.
I didn't like any of the bets on Thanksgiving, but the families they were hitting on my DMs. They were like, "Hey, we want something to bet on Thanksgiving." So I said, "I
Packers
You
plus
could
3.5
have
was
picked
always
any of the underdogs spread, and you would have won on Thanksgiving.
Evan, I want to make it known, anyone who saw the Instagram page, I'm the only one who guessed some of those games correctly. I got 2 lone wolves. Thank you very much.
Cameron also got 2 lone wolves.
Oh, really?
Okay, I
PQ.
got 2 lone wolves on the Thursday and Friday games. So let's put some goddamn respect on my name.
She got the first 2 lone wolves. She guessed Packers, Cowboys. Those were lone wolves.
Well, I guess Bears, Bengals, the bigger upsets. Thank you very much. We got places to be. Let's wrap this up.
I got a
All
lone
right.
wolf too.
Fade of the week. We'll go Texans plus
Good.
3.5.
So you're taking Texans plus 3.5? You agree with me?
No, I'm fading it.
No.
Or you just
So
don't
I'm
know who
taking
the
Chiefs.
Texans are playing, so you can't say the opposite.
No, I'll take Chiefs minus 3.5.
Bad bet. Let's go.
It's a quarterback.
Mahomes.
Years ago.
All right. On that note, thank you guys for watching the PFS
Jesus,
podcast.
Pat.
This was our week
Are we not gonna
13
talk about the Leda?
edition. The what?
Oh, we
No,
didn't hit
no,
the
no, no.
Chiefs.
Non-existent.
We don't
right
talk
now.
about the
I placed a side lay and I hit.
Yeah, good for you.
6
Good for
legs.
you.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk
Congrats.
about
They
this
don't.
week.
They
It
don't
was-
want to hear about that. They don't want.
there weren't enough games for us to place this week.
No.
So,
I got 8 on my parlay, so I was happy with that.
Last week of buys
good for
this
you,
week,
Drew.
by
That's
the way.
not 10.
I think this is last week of
That's
buys.
eight.
So after this,
Good.
we'll have full
Good for us.
slates, loaded slates.
Nonstop
Final
ball.
push. Final push.
Betting action. All right.
If we'll throw something up on TikTok talking about our parlays for the week. So make sure you stay tuned.
Let's go play some Pico Park. I'm hyped. Let's go.
Let's like and subscribe, leave a comment, and we will catch you next week. Make sure you check out our top 10 video later on this week as well.
Yes, sir.
Peace
Well,
out.
guys.
And ma'ams.
I love you all.